got done watching Fresh at Sundance, and I have absolutely no idea how they will market this movie in a trailer because there's a lot to give away, and I'm going to say that if you want to experience this movie, go in not knowing anything other than the fact that you should not eat before this or eat after this. Just go right to bed after this. Like, go right to bed after this, trust me. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're going to be discussing Fresh, the brand new film that just debuted at Sundance 2022. All virtual, of course, so I can do this review from the comfort of my home. And thank God I watched this at home, because this is a horrifying thriller that I'm just disgusted by. There's a lot to talk about with this one. All I'm going to give you is the synopsis for it. That's all I'm going to mention when it comes down to the story of this, because I'm going to be pretty much vague overall. I wholly recommend do not watch the trailer for this if you're even interested in watching this. And I do recommend seeing this if you have some fucked up version that you like watching of horror films. But here we go. This is the horrors of modern dating seen through one young woman's defiant battle to survive her new boyfriend's unusual appetites. It's directed by Maeve Cullinane, written by Lauryn Kahn, and it stars Edgar-Jones, Sebastian Stan, Andre Bang, and of course JoJo Gibbs. Now, again, you don't want to know anything about this movie. There's a lot in here. And just to kind of give my basic overall thoughts, and my girlfriend did watch this with me as well, and she was absolutely disgusted by it. She liked it. Well, I don't even know if she could say she liked it, but she gave it a solid score. It's not going to be for everyone, but it is a movie that I think at first starts one way and then completely twists and shifts into a whole other movie that is unlike anything that I've seen at any of the festival circuits. Probably the closest thing I've seen to something like this, and I wouldn't even compare it because they are completely two different movies, but on the graphic level of probably Possessor a couple years back, which also premiered at Sundance. And at first, I didn't like that movie, but then I thought about it more, and then I ended up seeing it again at the same festival, and I ended up loving it, and now I'm really a fan of that film. This movie is one that I don't see myself going back to, but it's one that if someone's like, I want to see something different, I really recommend it, because it touches on the horrifying aspects that could be happening in modern day society, especially to women. And there are red flag after red flag that you constantly see in the first 38 minutes. And once that 38-minute marker hit, that is when the title of the film actually comes up. You know, when it pops up and it's like, Fresh. Well, that's what happens here. And from that point on, the film just continues to spiral like a staircase. There are so many deep allegories that you could dive into this movie as it comes down to our main characters and in general their adventure throughout this. One thing I do have to give credit where credit is due is of course to Daisy Edgar-Jones' performance in here. She is stellar, brave, and of all nature fantastic in here, as well as Sebastian Stan, who I've really liked as a performer. Tanya, the Winter Soldier. I mean, whatever you want to say, this guy, anytime he shows up in something, you know he's there to play. And in here, without going into any too deep of spoilers, this is the American Psycho performance that he gives. It's electrifying, it's horrifying, but it's probably his best performance he's ever given. And I think if you weren't a fan of Sebastian Stan yet, I think after this movie, you're going to be like, damn, he went there. And you're gonna think some different things of that taste. As well as the likes of JoJo Gibbs, who plays the friend to Edgar-Jones in here. I thought she was fantastic as well. I love their chemistry and their relationship that kind of builds between the two friends. And really much, we need a friend like that, especially with situations, of course, like this. I mean, again, I gotta be vague, but you're not prepared. The thing I do want to give, though, is Maeve Cullinane's direction in here. I think without her direction, I don't think this movie would have worked. With her touch, it's truly enough something that is unlike anything I've seen this year, last year. Out of all the horror movies I've seen in a while, this is one that is very different. Again, I think it's Maeve Cullinane's delicate direction on there that really touches in and hones into what this movie is about and what it has to say. Lauryn Kahn's script in here is absolutely electrifying, and it dives into the deepest, darkest thing that you could absolutely imagine. I mean, you can think one way of what could be wrong with this boyfriend, and it'll be the far opposite. I saw a tweet that I was like, okay, I kind of can guess where this is going to go. No, it still did not prepare me. That's where I say I feel bad being so vague about this movie, but I truly implore, don't read up on anything with this movie. Don't watch the trailer, because I guarantee the trailer is going to give away the mystery, but this is a fantastic horror thriller that is unlike anything that I've seen in quite a while, or maybe of all time. Sebastian Stan's absolutely incredible in here. Daisy Edgar-Jones is great. Mimi Cave, I can't wait to see what she does next. This is a ballsy-ass film, and I give total credit where credit is due on there. My only issue that I had with it is I do find the film to be way too long, and I do think that maybe 10 to 15 minutes of shortening the film maybe would have really furthered it out. But also saying that, I don't know what I would have cut out. There's a lot of grotesque things in here that really hit me in my stomach, especially because I ate right before this, and it just kind of made me ooze and on, feel very uncomfortable. And that's what this movie does, is it makes you feel uncomfortable the entire time you're watching it. It just has this streamlined, even before anything crazy happens, it just has this anxiety-inducing feeling up until that point. And then once it clicks, you're like, fuck, we're in it. Jesus Christ. Nothing can prepare you for the insanity that is Fresh. A raw, nasty, horrifying, but electrifying film. A spiraling thriller that continues to twist all the way up to the end, and Daisy Jones is incredible. Sebastian Stan turns in his best performance yet. I would say this is a must-see if you can at Sundance. If you can't, definitely put this on your watch list. Just remember, do not eat before, do not eat after. Just prepare to go right to bed after that. Maybe we'll kind of go on a diet after this, because it is just nasty. It is unlike anything I've seen before. So with all that said, I'm going to give Fresh an A. Thank you once again, guys, for watching this. Again, I'm pretty speechless after coming out of this movie. I do want to remain vague, of course, because there's a lot in here that I think you should go into just not knowing the mystery. But I want to give you guys at least my review, more of a reaction of some sorts right after watching this. So again, thank you so much for watching this. Comment down below your guys' thoughts. Hit that like and subscribe button. Head on over to Samsung Films on how to see films early. And of course, just a big thank you to all of you guys once again. So of course, until next time, stay classy.